Billy's being a brat. Well, this is starting out really well. I don't know what to do. That is a spring storm. Well, that's how it's flooding. It's one of those days that nothing seems to be working. I'm just gonna jump. Good Sunday morning. So it rained last night and it stormed this morning, and the curtains didn't close again. I came out here yesterday morning to close the curtains, and I got a text first thing from Carissa saying, can you come close those curtains again? Basically, because this roof hasn't got trimmed back yet, I can't get the rain sensor pivoted any way that's gonna catch the rain. So we literally have to like pour a whole bottle of water on the rain sensor to make the curtains close. Water everywhere. Water there. Water there. So there's really not a whole lot I can do until this roof gets trimmed back. I don't know when they're coming now with this whole quarantine stuff. I don't know what's going on with builders. I don't know if they're allowed to come out. Are they considered an essential service? I don't know what's gonna happen. They were gonna come out this spring to retighten this roof. Before they wanted to put holes in the top for the chimneys, the rest of the chimneys, they wanted to restretch it. And until they do that, they don't wanna, you can see the little overhang there. They don't wanna trim that back until they know they have enough material to get this stretch. We're all just kind of in a waiting game. And speaking of waiting, the countdown is on. Babies are to arrive in 8 days, so I have 8 days to get that cleaned up, to get these set up, make sure my lambing kit's good. I got a bunch of supplies late last week, so I got my gloves, and I've got lube, and I've got my medications, and I got my vet supplies. I've got them all ordered, so I'm feeling pretty good about everything. I do like to have a couple weeks before lambing just to get in the mindset of lambing, because it's a pretty stressful time for sheep farmers is lambing, and you really want your wits about you. So I'm kind of glad the jet lag is done and gone and not even thought about right now. I'm kind of back to my normal sleep pattern. So I'm really, really happy that life is normal before lambing started, because if I already started kind of behind in my sleep, it would have been not good. So it's still quarantine. We're on day 12 now, so there's only 2 days left of our quarantine. It's really starting to sink in now, and it's feeling pretty isolated and real. Let's go have a look at the ladies. This one's a bit of a house. Having a little siesta. How many you got in there, Mama? Or her? Not that I usually plan jobs for a Sunday, but it's been such a wacky time around here that every day just kind of feels like the same day over and over, a little like Groundhog Day. The lamb market right now is just so unsettled for me, and I have a barn full of lambs that I've worked really hard to capture this Easter market. I have an elephant on my chest, that market that I was so excited to hit. Lamb is still very seasonal, unfortunately. I think it's getting more popular year long, but the spring festive holidays are still very popular for lamb, and it usually brings a lot better price for our lamb. It's really hard to get animals to breed in July, and B, to lamb in December. Like, it is so hard to make lambs for an Easter market. I don't know if people realize that when they think of sheep farming. They're like, oh, it's whatever, there's always lambs. Well, there's not. You have to work pretty hard to have lambs at Easter, unless you do it earlier on and kind of hold them back. But for me, to keep it on the same program, I'm breeding out of season, which sheep don't really like to do. And then I am lambing in this barn, which is a challenging barn to lamb when it's cold. So, and I kind of accomplished both this year for the first time ever, and then only to see everything come to a halt. And I'm pretty upset about it. I'm trying to stay positive and figure out, you know, this is the time to find some opportunity and to find a different way, and I just can't wreck my brain. I did get a text yesterday for like a program needing some lambs, so I'm gonna run across the road and see if I have any ready. The problem with this particular one is it's a lot longer of a drive. It's about 4 hours round trip, so I have to take freight into account. And usually when I do that, then sometimes it's just not worth it. But I have no idea what the open market's going to do this week. We really are at the mercy of our processing plants and our packer plants, because they want to keep their workers healthy. So everything is literally up in the air. We just don't know where. I'm feeling a lot like probably you guys right now, in just so much uncertainty and not knowing, you know, is there a market? Do I wait? Do I get rid of them? What do I do? And to be perfectly honest, they're not ready yet. Like, I was planning for these lambs to really start shipping out in April, like mid to late April, and then all through May. And I don't know, I don't even know, are we gonna be back to normal by then? Are people even gonna be in any position to buy lamb by then? I have no idea. So I'm feeling pretty sheepish today, ironically enough. Crazy, it's storming, and my curtain is still not working. So I'm gonna get some water and see if I can get going. I cheat, fill this with water, and this is my rain cloud. Work. There we go. So now it's starting to go. Well, that's how it's flooding. Come on, curtains. Slow. That is a spring storm. Wow. Jack's been helping me rearrange some Wi-Fi because it's not been working. I need it working for my cameras. Thank you. All right. Not a good thing. I'm gonna get some water. It's one of those days that nothing seems to be working. The door won't shut 100%, so I think the limit switch is off. And then my curtain, because my rollers broke, it is the cable keeps catching and coming off a pulley. So now I have to go get a cable, jump back on a pulley. A little bit foolish. This actually was slid in on this rod, so I was able to just loosen this off with a 1/2 wrench, pull it out. So now hopefully we're past this roof now, and it'll hit the rain. So I'm gonna leave this little cover, I'm gonna leave it right off this because I want to see, it's supposed to rain tonight. I want these curtains to run automatically. So it's too warm to put them up and it's too wet to leave them down. So I have to get this working. So I'm hoping that'll work. That was a lot of rain. Really fast. I think I have everything done. I have the curtain fixed, pretty sure. Rain sensor moved, pretty sure. We have our Wi-Fi working, which makes me so happy. The only thing I still need to do is order a switch. Jack was looking at these and he's afraid that these are maybe not conducive to what he was thinking for a smart switch, so we do have to look at that. So now I am going to go over across the road and weigh those lambs that I wanted to do 4 hours ago. Well, you guys, that's the wrong way. Hi, buddy. How are ya? Hello. Okay, it's kind of loud in here because I turned the circ fans on the other day. I'm gonna just weigh this first group. These guys were born in between December 8th and about December 12th. I think that's the spread. So they're a strong 3 months old now. Almost 4, aren't you? Soon, a couple weeks. So we'll see what they're weighing. I don't think they're there yet, but they might surprise me. We'll see. I'm kind of targeting 105 to 100 and, well, whatever, 105 and over. I'm gonna guess, you're not coming though. I want to keep you. Yes, you know it. I'm gonna guess these guys are probably around that, the lightest ones, I just guess and see if we're right. The lightest ones, 70 pounds maybe, and the heaviest ones will be in around that 100-pound mark, but maybe I'll be wrong. We will see. Well, this is starting out really well. Not exactly the right way. But we got these guys in. Billy's being a brat. Billy Senior. These guys are in here. I'm just gonna throw them on the scale, see what they're weighing. If they're 105 and over, I will scan them. They'll go over here. And if they're under 105, they'll just go back in the pen. Okay, so not quite. So he's gonna go straight through. So this is proving to be a little challenging today by myself. It would have been good with 2 people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in with them. I'm going to leave the door, leave the guillotine gate open. There's probably more that are going to be under 105 than over. So if I leave it open, once I open the scale door, then they can go straight through, because it's just going to be, I'm not going to be able to get them in here on their first go. They get better as I do this more often, but today I just have a feeling they're not going to cooperate. So I'm going to get in with them and make this a little easier. There you go. There you go. Okay, so that's 106. So I'm going to scan. Maybe. So, lamb on December 10th. It's a Rito Suffolk cross, and it gained overall average daily gain was 0.88 since it was born. But since I took a weaning weight, it's gained 0.97, so almost a pound a day. So this one's a really good. Lily's going crazy. So this one's good to go. So instead of straight through, I'm actually going to open this. There you go. There we go. Little holding pen. Time I get in, there's one that is good. Come on. So, that was a Ram Lamb, December 10th. It's a Steel Cross Ile de France sire. And again, since I weaned it, it's gained almost a pound a day for an overall average daily gain since it was born of 0.88. So a really nice Ram Lamb. It's been one of those days. Okay, I just finished up and there's only 7 ready. More than I thought, to be honest. And I was wrong. The lightest one was 57, but that's it. The rest, I think the second smallest one was around 62 or 3, and they were really the only 2 runts, and the rest were like anywhere from about 77 to, I think the heaviest one here was probably about 112 pounds, and most of them were in that December 10th range. So I have to make a decision as to whether to ship these. The problem is, the place where I was gonna take these ones is a buying group I used to be a part of, and they're just really short lambs, so I was gonna try to get a load together to help them out. I just don't have enough. What I'm really struggling with is that a round trip for that is 4 hours. It's in the middle of the workday, which means it's 4 hours I'm not at the barn. Where I usually ship, the prices have tanked, so I don't know. I really don't know what to do. I have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I know a friend of mine, Drew, has 17 that could go, so 17 and 7's 24. It's better, but they're not my lambs, so I don't know what to do. It's a better price than what's going on, but I really have to figure out freight. I don't know, I hate this. As much as I say I don't mind change, in times of more panic, I find I don't want to be too reactive, so I don't know what to do. I really think there's not enough. And they're barely ready. They're only at, like, there was one at 112, but the rest were at like that 105 to 107. If I wait 2 weeks, there'll be a whole load of my own lambs that I can ship, and it would only be an hour and a half round trip. So it makes a big difference on my day. I can ship them after work hours. I don't know what to do. Maybe you guys can help me out. By the time you see this, it'll be too late. I'll have to make up my mind. I don't know what to do. Come here. It's nice to have someone that makes you feel a little better about the situation. Come here. Yes, you're not afraid of the camera, are you? So, the problem with making friends with a ram lamb, what starts out as being like playing and friendly can turn into being harmful and dangerous. So I do have to be careful that he doesn't get rough. And for him, he could just be playing, but when he gets bigger and I'm not prepared for it, he could send me pretty far. So